Hello, and welcome to the best trap I've ever created. Let's have a look inside. First of all, we've got the tier 2 on the right hand side. Behind that is a door for shooting through. You've got loot rooms. This here is a bedroom, complete with 3 large boxes underneath, as well as a shotgun trap in case they get through the door. Then we have large battery, more loot, more storage, the TC, a barrel in front of the door with a hopper, so it instantly grabs the loot for you. Underneath this, there's 3 shotgun traps as well as a hopper, so it kills them and grabs their loot. And then we have a path that leads to the other side of the room. That goes up behind the furnaces. This is another great defendable spot. You can throw F1 grenades or just shoot. Down there we have a small gap just under the door so you can shoot people's ankles as they step into the trap. Underneath that floor panel is a spring trap that triggers when somebody walks over it. The trap is also triggered by F1 grenades whenever you get a disgruntled customer. And this is what happens when you trigger the trap. On with the build. First we'll lay down a square foundation, followed by a ramp on the side. Jump onto the ramp, and we're trying to get his left foot lined up with these 2 twigs without crouching or anything. Switch to triangle foundation and reach out. Click. Now you just strafe, do not move the mouse whatsoever. You want to clip this back into itself. To test if it's worked properly, both of these should go blue, which they have. There's no interference with each other. That's absolutely perfect. Now we move on to the next part. Build this round and remove all the rest. Just like so. Then from the original one, from the lower foundation one, we want to build out like so. And I think, yeah, I should be able to do it right now. That's perfect. Follow that round. Gonna have to close this gap like that. Close that off, and this is the footprint that we're looking for. I'll give you a good look in a second. There we go. That's the footprint. Looks a little odd, I know. But believe me, this will trap everybody. Work your way around with half walls. You want a half wall there, a half wall there, door frame on top. Strangely enough, you want a door frame there, and a half wall on top. Right, this is where it gets a little crazy, and I might get lost at this part. And I designed it. You want that there, and you want, yeah, I think that's right. It looks right. Believe me, I am not making this up as I go along. This has been practiced, but it's such a complicated build. Just follow as I do. Go around it all with full walls. This particular part, you're going to need door frames. Oh, that's 1, 2, and 3. Then you want a... that's right, it worked. I've been struggling with that one. And then this is going to be shelving. Remove this. Now we need a roof. Go around it all. Like so. So. Oh, we need to be careful with these actually. There's more steps to that part. Cover that in. I'll show you from the top when we come to that part. Cover that in, and that. There we go. And that is your base layout. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do differently. There's a lot of wiggle room, shall we say. In fact, I'll turn that round. Because we're trying to make it look like it's not used honeycomb, if you know what I'm saying. Right, we'll upgrade all this for now. Boom and boom. That is what it's going to look like. I'll be building from now on directly to stone. We're only added it to twig so I could actually show you what I meant by the where to place your foot. Now this part, yeah, this part's really going to be confusing to you guys, but bear with me. Everything will be explained. So you want to cover this one in, but make sure you do not get it on that lip. You see how there's a gap there? You do not want that gap. You want to get it on the bottom lip. There we go, and there we go. Now this is where the good bit comes in. Why won't you work? Please, be nice. Right, we'll try it that way first. Right, so we'll do it. Yeah. So from now on, we'll have to do it that way. We'll have to do it that way first. Put these in first, and then it should place. And we'll do same again right there, just underneath. We'll have a door frame there, by a wall, half walls, and that. Oh, what skin should we go with? I'm thinking infernal door. I do like the infernal door. It's one of my favourites. Place that there. We go with a low wall here, just like so. Here we're going to have barrel. That's going to place just there, as close to this edge as humanly possible. Then we're going to place a hopper on top. Then we need a tier 2 or higher, and this is to simply hide that door frame. We don't want anybody to know that there's some weird shenanigans going on. Something doesn't seem right with me here. This isn't right. Why is this not right? It's supposed to be a lip here. Oh, I know what I've done wrong. Right, so when you come to place these, don't do them off that lip. Do them off the one higher up. See how there's a gap there now? And a gap there. That's what we're going for. We want to be able to see through there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. And as for this, you want to put that on the higher lip as well. There we go. Perfect. Now you've got all that area there where you can actually shoot through, and most people wouldn't even notice it. They wouldn't notice that they're stepping down. So as soon as they step in, you're directly behind them with a gun. That's kind of crazy, ain't it? Saw it here first. Alright, in this section here, it's going to be your bait. Now I would pipe it all up and have it looking super crazy, but just to keep the video down, I'm not going to be piping it this time. I don't want to overstay my welcome. To take up too much of your guys' time, but it is absolutely possible to fit three electric furnaces in a triangle and have it all piped. I do it every single wipe. If you don't do it every single wipe, you are crazy. Go, and then we will seal that with a window, but the window have it facing outwards. You don't want it to look like a trap. I can't stress that enough. Now I've misplaced these, but the gist is you have a wall here facing that way, and I'm just gonna go to no clip, take no clip off, because I don't want you thinking that none of this is possible without it. It is absolutely possible. Everything I'm doing right now is all possible without build mechanics. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. Place down 3 more. This, turn it around. I want it nice and neat. Now in here, TC will go on this shelf. And a lot of people go with a window, but then always forget to replace said window. I go with a door, just for sheer ease of it. It's just easier to open a door and close a door. Now here, I recommend that you copy the honeycomb. And in this one, we are going to start our large battery. Could probably get away with a medium battery, but the issue with a medium battery is they glow, and I don't want people to know what's going on here. Do you? Now in here you can have a little bit of shelving. I like to do this. As for storage, I always go with horizontal barrels. So much easier to place. They're just fantastic. They really are fantastic. Little loot goblins. Come on. Here we go. Still access all 3. It's perfect. Up here, you've got space for a sleeping bag. You've got to remember this base isn't actually that secure, but people just need to think that it is. Beach towel. I'll go with beach towel. Slap that nice and neat in there. Come on, play ball. Perfect. Right. Slap a door down. 4 locks. That will open out that way, and I will have a shotgun trap right there, just in case miraculously some straggler gets past. I find it highly unlikely to happen, but you never know. Forward. So that will kill. Out. Stack in there. Ta-da! Right, up here we're gonna have space for. No, I'm just gonna place this shelf now, so I can get some maneuverability. Although I could have just gone with that. Right, up here we've got space for a repair bench, because every base needs a repair bench. Just like that. Horizontal barrel there, there. You can actually get one. Don't fall off. Just like that. There you go. That's 3 more bits of storage for you. You want some more? Are you not entertained? 2, 3. Yes. Depending on your terrain that you pick, you can more than often than not get another one in there. You might have to go with a vertical. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Right, over here you can get one more. In fact, I'll put it there, because we're gonna get a bit funky down here. Followed by a small fire, just like so, and then we go with the box. It's just gonna go right alongside here. There's method behind my madness here. There really is. Trust me, there really is. Now, what you'll notice is I don't have to jump about on this base anymore. I literally just walk. See what I mean? I'm just walking. Get rid of that. You don't need that. Forget I placed that. You're just literally walking. And as you'll notice, I'm right behind here. How's that for a peek? So if your little ankle biter doesn't do the job, or this one here under the tier 2, then that one will. So you've got 3 points where you could take them on and cover this up even more. Anybody in the right mind would. Just like that. And if you look from the other side, that is a very nice little peak. And get the right angle on it for you. Boom. Shoot a gun through that. Hell yeah. Bit more storage. Not that you're going to need any more, but we haven't filled this yet, and we will be filling it. Get ready. So the best storage I've found so far, the best storage setup for battles, is one there, flip round. Oh shit, it's fire into that wall as well. One there, one there. Then you can go with, you know what, go with 2 barbecues. Remember the days back when you used to be able to store in these barbecues? They were an extra loot slot. Let me know in the comments if you remember those days. Push that right in. Go, perfect. 1 and 2. Slap a small box underneath. And do you know what? Just for good measure, let's have a trophy. Get a bit of comfort hill while we're at it. How's that looking for storage? You happy with this so far? Right, onto the trap. So, first of all, we're going to need... Is it that? I believe it was. No, it weren't. It was a horizontal barrel. Surprise, surprise. And you want to line it up with... I think it might be this rope. Or it might, can't remember which rope it was. It might be this rope. But that bottom left leg right there needs to line up with one of these 2 ropes. It might be this one. We'll try it. Slap that on top. That might be it. Might not be. It might be too high. Broken clocks right twice a day. unless it's digital. For this, I recommend actual boxes, and that's simply because of the height of them. The higher these are, the better, but you don't want them too high. It's just, I don't know, it just seems to be the perfect height, the hopper to grab. Might be wrong, but it's just what I found anyway. I've had issues with barrels and setting up the right heights, not grabbing and stuff. Which is a shame because the barrels place a lot easier than the boxes. Try that again. It'd be easy if this were flipped around, but it's not. So we're making do. That one, and that one. Perfect. Right, hopefully. Now I know what you're thinking. Are we killing people? Gotta be killing people. Well, you'd be right. We are definitely killing people. I have a shelf there. I always have a shelf there. And that's because you want to force people to be crouched to drop down. If they're not crouched, a lot of time the shotgun traps don't go off. I'm not sure how the mechanics behind that work, but I think it has to see your head. Let me know if you can confirm that, because it's always something that I've been puzzled about. The different heights that your character model has to be. Now you want to aim it so it's not directly straight, but it's slightly off to the right, and you're trying to get 3 of them. And each time you want to be slightly more angled, like so. You want to basically be able to cover all the angles at large groups when they're trap basing. Yeah, that's alright. That's not too bad. Should be able to kill. Right, let's have a look. The off list. See if we can sneak past it. No. No sneaking past that. That's just instant death. Ain't no way anybody's getting past that. Get rid of that door frame actually. What I will do is I'll have a wall once I'm offed again. Silly sausage. There we go. Flip that round. Let me know what you think. Does that wall look suspicious, or would you have it open? Which way around would you do it? Because ideally you're trying to make this base look as least suspicious as possible. You just want it to look like a normal base. Something that's inviting to people. On first glance, from the outside, I would say there's nothing suspicious there, would you? Most people aren't going to notice that little lip at top, which is all going to get covered up soon anyway. Once I explain what that's for. But yeah, you can't see anything from here. You drop down, you've already bit their ankles, you've already shot them through there, or naded them through there, whichever. Whatever your preference of destroying somebody is. On here, I have a triangle, and that just helps me traverse. Right, on to the next part. Let's do the electrics, because there's quite a bit to get through with this. This is where things get really complicated, if it hasn't already for you. So first of all, we're going to need 3 ladder hatches. For some reason I have to craft the ladders first on this server. And you want to go straight to the roof, and you want to lay them down like this, this, and this. Just check them. As you can see, they all lock off the doors, and if you slap some locks on those, they ain't getting through. How do you like those apples, guys? Right, the next step is an old but good one, and I've used it in quite a few videos myself, and it was founded by Old Fella. He no longer makes content Rust based, which is an absolute shame because the man was a hero back in the day. I should have done this earlier on, to be fair, because what it requires is a bit of a ramp. Like so. Just get rid of that. I should have done all the deployables, to be fair. I should have focused on setting the trap up. Aim the bear rug like so. You want to work your way up the ramp until you see this little gap between the bear rug and the floor. And what you're going to do is you're going to shove a pressure pad between that gap. See how it's turned blue? We're going to get that as far back as possible, but still have it blue. That's not good enough. Not nearly good enough. Well, it might be actually. Let me have a look. See where I can walk. That's the best way of testing it. Trial and error. Just working your way around base. Can't make that jump. Oh, so it does trigger. There's no way around that. Right, how far do I have to walk in before it triggers? Straight away. As soon as a touch, really. Can I get over it? Right, it's triggering. No. Alright, that'll do for me. That's perfect. Okie dokie. Let's get some power. So we'll go with 3 solar panels, 2 root combiners, bunch of electrical branches. Slap these down, join one to the other. Fly to the roof, which obviously you guys won't be doing that, but you know, have to get onto your own roof shortly. Join it up there, try and keep the wiring neat, if you're bothered about such things. Just being able to fly around. And then the output from that wants to go to the large battery. Ta-da! Right, let's get these electrical branches down. In no particular order. All I'm doing is connecting the right hand side to the powered in at the bottom, each one of those. And you want power out from this straight to the bottom of that. So like that, you've got 5 electrical branches, all with power running through them, ready for you to set to whatever you want. Now that we've done the pressure pad, we can get rid of this and go back to where we were before. Set the room back out, vertical barrel, hopper, etc. The first electrical branch that we're going to set up is for a hopper, so we're setting that power to 8. The next is this hopper, and if you remember, we want to be on this rope here, followed by another hopper. We'll have to give this one another test because I know this one's a little finicky. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just give it something to eat. Oh, it's hungry. We'll place the barrels back. Just like right, now onto the proper crazy electrics. And it's all powered by a memory cell and a boatload of OR switches and push buttons. So we'll do about 3. Yeah, we'll do 3. So first of all, we start off with a memory cell, and we want 3 power, maybe 4 power. Or 4 power running into it. When it's not triggered, we want a green light. Now for some reason, this server will not let me pick the green industrial light. All come out as white. So just pretend for me that I'm picking the green. So we'll have a green light, meaning we are good to go. The trap is ready, primed, and untriggered. So it's lit, it's green, wink wink. We'll have a boatload of these. And what this is going to do is any power, if it sees any power through any port, it will turn the trap off. Oh no, sorry, it will trigger the trap. So you want this to set. This one we can just run down. So now we've got 3 ports, 3 different places where we can trigger this. So if you have this one run out to the pressure plate, like so, that has just triggered it. The light should be out. Yes, it is. Now we need a way of setting it. OR switch. Place that one under there. We'll do the power out to one of these. So now we've got 1, 2, 3 different places, and the output will run to the reset. Like so. These ones are going to trigger the trap, and these ones are going to reset the trap. Now we need a bunch of push buttons. Just people get trapped, they tend to get salty, and then they tend to start doing some crazy shenanigans. Don't want to be a part of. So there comes a point where you might have to trigger the trap manually, and that's where this comes into it. See, I'm thinking of everything here. I've had people throwing F1 grenades in, HV rockets, incense rockets. I mean, if you throw an incense rocket in, you're pretty much doomed anyway, but like that should have reset the trap. And they're like, no, why is it not? Oh no, that's to arm the trap. This is to reset. So I'm going to power out, run it down, run it to there, and that should put the light back on. Perfect. So trap reset. Now we run run these to a few other places. For example, I like to have a couple over here. That barrel's too much in way. So if I do another one here, so I'm looking at them, I can see them, I want to trap them, they're not pushing in any further. I will trigger this myself. Once they're stuck inside your base, there's not a great deal they can do. That's it, they're just doomed to fail. Pressure pad button. So I might even have to set one more up of these, because there's another thing I'd like to introduce and show you guys. It's pretty impressive. So just like that, we've got the reset one. Perfect. Primed, triggered, whatever. And now we can reset. This side resets. This side arms it. Right, the next thing to do for me is to set up a seismic sensor. At most bases, they're not going to be bigger than 15. Set it to 50. Should do it. Should cover it. You want, is it 2 power? You know, you might as well go 3 just to make sure. I'm not sure how these work. You guys might know a bit more than I do on the seismic sensor front. But the 15 was the distance, I believe. Now, I've got nowhere to run that to at the moment, so I'll place down another OR switch. Press that. Set that up there. And I'll just, if you right click on something, you can pick it up and you can now move it. So I'm just going to move to that one, and this I'm just going to replace to where that was, which means I've got an empty slot here now. That's going to go up there. So when the seismic sensor feels a boom, it's an F1 grenade, HV rocket, whatever, it will then put out power to this, which will arm the trap. And they'll get stuck, which is all good. Now, we're going to need to do something to this output. And the idea is what? Remember what we placed down earlier on? We're going to need door controllers. 3 to be specific. Light up to the roof. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And we want pass through, powered in, pass through, powered in. And you know what? Just for you guys, we're going to do a flashy light. Because who don't love a little bit of flashy light? Powered in. Run that up to the roof, to your pass through on this. We're going to take the power in and run that all the way back to your memory cell output. Stop flying around now, it's getting ridiculous. So remember, we can manually trigger it. Manually triggered, manually released. You want to see it from the other side? Of course you do. That's why you're here. You see that, can't you? Trigger. Oh, ain't that beautiful? Release. So basically, once they're in, they are not getting out. They're not passing any loot back. They are absolutely stuffed. This door I like to leave open for bait, but at the same time I don't want it to remain open. So once the trap is activated, I would very much like for that door to slam shut, which is all possible by running the industrial light that says everything's good to the door controller. Are you watching? Reset. Triggered. Blue light tells you that somebody is in your base. Now, if you want to test the F1 theory, because we all know, right, anybody who traps anybody, they come back with a vengeance, and they try to terrorize you. They are not happy about what just happened. So they'll come here, they'll see, they'll look in, they'll go, like spewing loads of rubbish in your direction. Like, right, we're going to start smashing all your stuff up, we're going to start blowing it all up. Ah, yeah! Uh-oh. What just happened? That's right, they're stuck. Then you appear, as if by magic, and open that door, and you spray them down with a Tommy, and you do it proudly. But that, guys, is the full base. That's how you build it, that's everything. Like, even this here, they can't tell. They can't tell. They don't know what's going off behind there. They don't even, when they come in, they don't even realise there is a behind there. All they're seeing is loot boxes in front of them. They have no idea what's waiting underneath here. They have no idea what's waiting from behind there or here. I mean, you could go all out. You could set up Tesla coils. You could do whatever you want with this base. It is absolutely fully automated. It will kill them. It will kill them. But if you had Tesla coils at top as well, you could have the Tesla coils do your bidding while you look through this little crease. So the Tesla coil behind that box there. I'll show you what I mean. Best place to put a Tesla coil on this base, if you so wished, and you'd have to put it on the output as well, would be right there. Until they come in, they ain't, well, I suppose they could see it, but oh, you could put it there. Put it right there. They come in, trigger it, that blocks straight away, so they can't run back. That Tesla coil's just frying them. Even from here, that Tesla coil's just frying them. There's nothing they can do. Then as soon as they're dead, they get vacuum cleaned. They get vacuumed straight into there. Just like that. And as you can see, that little bit of loot that I had, my body, it's all there. What do you think, guys? Do you like this one? To me, this is my creme de la creme, my Mona Lisa, my Sistine Chapel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. That'd be much appreciated. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. I'm so close to reaching 1,000 subscribers now, and every subscription that you guys put out there for me, it all adds up, it all helps. It'd be a massive help. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep trapping.